It's my turn with the consoles tonight. I've been waiting to play this game for ages. Joss, I think you need to call some games companies. GameTank viewers expect awesome prizes. Off you go. And Brendan, you need to edit some videos together. They should think they're going to cut themselves. Do one. Awesome sauce.
Yes! It's our most packed show ever.
Reviews of Fair's Blades of Time and Prototype 2.
A preview of Dragon's Dogma.
Latest news and first look at Dishonored.
And us being daft like the idiots we are.
Don't move, it's all coming up.
Begin Data Slap.
Many of New York's government officials are now predicting Blackwatch will declare martial law within the next 48 hours.
At no point have the violence and mayhem matched the unexplained...
Slashington Smythe.
Almost 3 years have passed since we last saw Alex Mercer attempt to smash and slash his way through the generic bad guys and evil mutated beings to try and take down the Blacklight virus. And glory be! He only went and managed it. But Mercer was presumed dead. Now the virus has come back for another round and Mercer is gone. Dead. Killed. Ain't never coming back.
Actually, there he is, standing on that rock.
I wonder if he was alive, really.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe he is unkillable.
Actually, he's got a very serious nut allergy, but nobody knows about it.
Red Crown, we've got Alex Mercer.
Unlike the 2009 open world madness that was Prototype, you unfortunately won't be playing as Mercer this time. Stepping up to the plate is James Heller, a man who blames the deaths of his family on Alex Mercer, and will stop at nothing to avenge his wife and daughter. At the beginning of the game, Heller chases down Mercer but is infected with the virus.
Dang.
But instead of killing him like it should have, it has given him the same powers as Mercer, causing him to black out. Heller, now seen as an urgent asset, is taken in by Blackwatch and given to GameTank to be experimented on. What's more, Mercer had nothing to do with the deaths of Heller's wife and child.
Dramatic twist very early in the game. Bang! As you get deeper into the story, things get even darker and more complicated. So what's it like to play? Well, just like in the first game, you can consume other beings in order to disguise yourself, gain access to places, and evade capture. In Prototype 2, this has become more of a challenge, and you have to be tactical about who you consume, as other guards may be watching you. This is called a stealth consume. Your sonar pulse will tell you who's watching who, and anyone who shows up white is safe to consume with a quick tap of B, followed by Y, or circle followed by triangle.
Consuming human characters will not only boost your health, but will give you the ability to change your appearance and view some of their memories, which will give you an insight to where you need to go next. So searching and consuming is essential. Aside from this method of progression, keep an eye on your map for the whole landslide of side missions and hidden items, such as black boxes. Around the city you'll also notice red zones on your map. Be very careful in these areas, as not only will they have a swarm of military personnel on your ass, you will also find containers which hold some of the monsters that the virus has created. You can beat the living shat out of it by making sure to use the new dodging system by simply tapping A or cross. Then you can consume it too, to boost and upgrade your powers.
Oh my God, it's down! The specimen is down! Now it's on. Release all the specimens! We gotta keep the subject busy until the capture team gets here!
And speaking of powers, these have been improved too, along with the usual claws, hammer fist and whip fist. This title sees the new power, amongst many others, of tendrils. These latch themselves onto multiple targets or objects and pull at them all together for a massive smash-a-thon that will destroy anything in its path. Smashing fun! Extra EP can be earned through special bonus missions too, and you can even update your mutations each time you've done enough to trigger this screen. There's a lot that can be added to James Heller, and it continues right through the game, so enjoy playing and smashing and killing beasts in the knowledge you're getting ever more powerful.
Prototype 2 also brings back some of the classic moves that I absolutely loved from the original title, such as running up buildings, incredible jumps, gliding around the city, picking up objects like cars and containers, and launching them into oncoming vehicles and helicopters. Right the way down to the awesome flying kick, which will take down an opponent and let you slide through the blood and entrails. Gory glory.
Along with all of the hand-to-claw combat against all of the generic soldier boys, the game also brings back the weapons for those monsters that you just can't take down, including machine guns and my personal favourite, the grenade launcher. As you can see here, I'm using it to take down a massive flailing pincer flap of death.
The graphics alone are a vast improvement from the first game, and the open world aspect is everything I wanted and more. Hella feels like more of a rounded character than Mercer did in Game 1, and the whole experience of playing the game is more fun this time.
Bitch.
You might find it just a bit familiar if you're a big player of the first title, but with a new sheen, more to do, a story you'll want to take to conclusion, and a virus to destroy, this should keep your thumbs happy for a fair while yet, and the rest of your fingers probably.
There's plenty of fun to be had, and even if you stray from the missions for a bit, throwing a truck at a helicopter will always raise a smile. Sink into the frantic action, and we're sure you'll have a hella of a time.
Hella yeah!
What happened? What have you done? Power cut, I think.
Definitely a power cut.
Well, what are we going to do?
Well, I guess we're going to have to do something that involves not playing video games. Ow.
All members of the Watch, we are now under high alarm. Stay alert and detain any suspicious person on site.
Whoa, this looks incredible. I know I say that a lot, but forgive me one last time. This looks incredible. In case Dishonored wasn't already on your radar, the game is a first-person, neo-Victorian steampunk stealth action video game.
Mouthful!
On your adventure through this industrial world, you'll be controlling Corvo, an ex-bodyguard for the Empress of Dunwall, where the game is set. You were framed for a death by the Lord Regent after she died in your arms, so Corvo has a score to settle. Yes, that's right. Dishonored is a revenge mission, and as the trailer itself says, revenge solves everything.
Even tricky maths puzzles?
I would imagine so, yeah. Maybe the flamethrower. Corvo is instilled with a mysterious supernatural power that will allow him to freeze time, possess other living creatures, teleport, and summon plague animals such as rats. Along with these powers, he's also an accomplished marksman, swordsman, and he's not too bad at stealth either.
He's got a lot of skills at his disposal. Rats!
Rats! Awesome. It gets better though. The game is open world, and there are multiple industrious areas to explore, and you can choose your own style of play too. Guns blazing or stealth. Every enemy, bosses included, can be taken out without the use of force, so if you'd rather sneak your way around, you are very welcome to.
Or just go full slasher-rama.
Slashington! Another interesting factor of this title is that the game world is a full simulation. Bad guys don't just spawn, they have a purpose within the structure of the game. So, for example, you can actively prevent things from happening later in the game by defeating thugs early in the story. This should, technically, give each playthrough a different feel and outcome. It's exactly the kind of interesting approach to a game world you'd expect from some of the people that were behind Deus Ex and Half-Life 2.
So where does all the supernatural stuff come from?
I'm glad you asked, Joss.
It's in the script.
Shh. There's a mysterious half-angel, half-devil character called the Outsider, who wanders amongst the people of the world, and graced Corvo with his powers. We won't spoil this bit, but it's yet another interesting facet on what looks like a shockingly good adventure. Time will tell. The game should be with us before the end of the year. Roll it on. Well, here's a nice surprise, and it's always nice to be surprised.
Unless it's by a lion.
Yeah, unless it's by a lion. I still can't believe that happened. Anyway, in an industry as competitive as video games, it's always nice to come across something different and innovative. Yeah, I know, cliche as hell, but forget that, true as it is. What we have here is something special. Something too many developers seem to forget. Something known only as...
Gameplay!
Gameplay. I wanted to say that, you flap dentist.
Whoa! Flap dentist? I'm using that.
Anyway, this is Fez, and you play Gomez, a 2D character living in a 2D village that you've never ever left. And you're getting along just fine, thanks very much. But alas, destiny catches up with you, something's up with the universe, and it's up to you to set it right. It becomes clear that there's actually a third dimension.
Say what?
And as the game shifts from 2D to 3D, there's a nifty little sequence where the console appears to crash and reset to the beginning of the game. It's a pretty good example of what used to happen in the glorious days of red-ringing Xboxes, so don't panic if you play it and fear the worst.
Glorious days? What?
I was being sarcastic. Too soon?
Much too soon.
So, once the world has shifted to 3D, the game really comes alive. You can rotate the whole world left and right using the triggers, and see new doors, new parts of the levels, and new things to collect. But it's so much cleverer than that. You're still essentially playing on a 2D plane, so through the magic of perspective illusions you can jump between platforms that appear to be far apart from one angle, but magically line up in another. Or you can climb walls that from the front are dead ends, but from the side form a continuous surface to grab. There are switches that reveal new ways to progress, puzzle rooms with more traditional solutions to find, and, the point of the game, cubes and cube pieces to collect. Cube pieces are strewn all over the various worlds, and you need 8 to complete each one. Tricky sections reward you with complete cubes, and the very trickiest puzzles reward you with anti-cubes, but those are much harder to come by.
The game refreshingly doesn't impede you for exploring, or trying out a slightly too long jump either. If you fall too far, or off the screen completely, you simply rematerialise where you started from, or thereabouts.
As simple as this seems, it's a huge part of why this game actually works. Hopping your way through the various colourful and varied worlds is never a chore, never boring, and never punishing.
Whoa, what's that?
Ah, the world map. Yeah, it's a bit of a head flap at first, but you will get to understand it. Each hexagon is an area of the game, and they tell you where there are cube pieces, cubes, secrets, treasure chests, relics, etc. still to find. They turn gold when you've done everything you can in that area, and in no time at all you'll be using this to mop up everything that you need to continue.
It's a great approach to a game and real fun to play, but it's not without problems. Some older consoles don't like it at all.
Microsoft!
And even on the 12-month-old GameTank Slim console, continuous play over a few hours started to slow the game down noticeably. But is it enough to stop you buying it? It shouldn't be, really. The developers have committed to patching it as soon as they can, and for 800 Microsoft points, which is roughly £6.85 or $10, you can't really go wrong for the sheer amount of fun you'll have trying to eke out all its secrets.
And there's a lot to uncover here. It might not take you too long, but there are many secrets, a new Game Plus mode for completionists, and a whole raft of hidden features that we aren't going to ruin here. Just give it a try.
So why is it called Fez?
Oh, when you flip into 3D land, you get given a Fez.
Good enough for me.
Oh, great. I'm glad you said that, as it's your birthday soon.
I don't want a Fez.
I've got to make a call.
What's that?
What's what? That? It's a book.
A what?
A book. A tree, paper, book.
Many know the legend of Kratos, the
Hi, I'm Joss, this is Newsbang. God of War isn't a trilogy anymore. That's right, Kratos' story isn't finished yet. In the just announced God of War Ascension, we go right back to his roots, before he was a ghost of Sparta. There's no campaign gameplay footage yet, but going on past record, it surely won't disappoint. We do, however, know a little about the multiplayer. Kratos won't feature in it. Instead, you'll play as armour-clad warriors, you'll be able to play on and offline, and up to 8 players will be able to take part. As ever, there'll be plenty of modes to keep you entertained, including a domination-style versus battle, with up to 4 players on each side. There will also be a training mode called Champions of the Gods to sharpen your skills. Expect the game TBA. What does that mean?
Means to be announced.
Oh, thank God. I thought they invented a new month.
God of War. Ascension.
With Max Payne 3, Rockstar Games has attempted to evolve the modern shooter through innovations in animation, AI, design, cover systems, and targeting.
Max Payne 3 is close, and true to form, Rockstar have announced their epic DLC plans. 7 additional gameplay packs will be released between now and the end of the year. First up will be the local Justice map pack in June, and there'll be 4 more packs over the summer, including the New York Minute co-op pack. Rockstar will roll out their tried and tested Rockstar Pass to enable players to buy them all in one go. The pass will cost 2,400 Microsoft points, or £20.56 on Xbox, and $19.99 on PS3. It's much easier just to use real money, isn't it?
It really is.
We'll have a full review of the game later this month on GameTank.
Max Payne 3 builds upon Bullet Time, adding a new level of drama and detail to the third-person shooter.
Breaking news! Just as we're putting this show to bed, there's a new Hitman Absolution trailer out. The trailer reintroduces us to Agent 47 after a significant break from our consoles. It's a great character piece, and we'll be having a closer look at this in the week on GameTank. Expect the game before the end of the year. And finally, the biggest news of this week, Black Ops 2 has been announced, and we've got the trailer. I can't believe we got the trailer. Roll the clip. What? We haven't got it?
We haven't got it.
We haven't got it. How does this happen on a pre-recorded show? Take me off. Take me off. Take me off!
Honesty is the best policy, so we're told.
I like Jedward.
And honestly, the only reason... What? And honestly, the only reason I even know about this game is because it's coming out with early access to the Resident Evil 6 demo. That said, I thought it was the professional thing to do to at least play it. So when the demo came out, I downloaded it as quickly as my pathetically slow broadband would allow me to. Dragon's Dogma is an action RPG that infuses elements of survival horror into its open-world fantasyland setting.
On starting the game, you'll have multiple options in terms of creating the character as well as the pawns or sidekicks you want to take through the game with you. You could be a fighter, warrior, assassin, sorcerer, or any number of options, as well as choosing your gender. Choices here will affect your entire game and how your character can deal with fights in terms of style and weapons.
A big part of the structure of the game comes down to the aforementioned pawn system.
Are you enjoying saying pawn so much?
I am!
Me too.
You will take up to 3 pawns at a time through the adventure with you, and you'll be able to issue commands such as go and help in order to control them how you wish. Your main pawn will be set up by you in much the same way as your main character at the top of the game. The other 2 will be borrowed from the game world, and you can even borrow other live players' pawns over the internet to assist in your quest. There will be a levelling up system in place as well as extensive menus and item carrying, so many RPG players will be immediately comfortable with the style of the game, even if newer players are just a tad scared by the controller map.
Whoa! You can learn that.
I can't remember my middle name most days, mate. Capcom have thought of this though, and players new to the genre who want to get into the game will be able to rely on stronger pawns to help them with the majority of the fighting, especially with the tough boss encounters. The pawns are also very vocal in telling you what to do, so pay attention to what they say. The fighting felt very tight in the demo we played, which is good when you consider the 30 hours of quest gameplay you're getting here and a further 70 hours of side quests.
Is there a plot?
Hang on. Yeah, dragon steals your heart, go get it back.
Simple enough for me. And for those not familiar with this style of game, Dan, can you sum it up in 2 words?
Fire dragons!
Well played, sir. The game is out on the 22nd of May in the USA, and we'll have it 3 days later on the 25th in the UK. Expect a review. Dungeon Smack!
Hello? Yeah, I'm here. I've got you. There's one behind you. No, behind you. Behind you. Yeah, you got him. No, there's one over there. No, the other way. No, the other way. No, the other. Yeah, you go. Oh, get him off my back. Oh. Be right back.
Wings! Wing Commander!
Angel. Angel's alive. Dave Angel. Pat Sharp.
Pat Sharp? We've already established it's a video game. Why would it be 80s legend and all-round nice guy Pat Sharp?
Wait, no speaking. Hat, tiara, crown, plate, big plate, floating plate.
What did I just say? How many achievements have you unlocked in floating plate? It's a game!
No, I don't know.
No, it's Halo! Halo! It's obviously Halo.
Dead Space. 2. Yes!
What? Oh.
You were given many abilities by Alter, but at the same time, you already had some yourself. You merely need to discover them. First, we will attempt at rewinding time. Now concentrate, and when you see yourself in the past, you will understand. It's as if I went back in time and then stopped.
Blades of Time! Sounds great with an echo, doesn't it? Blades of... Oh, it's gone. Ha! I win! Blades of Time is a hack and slash adventure from Gadget Entertainment, the people that brought us X-Blades. X-Blades wasn't the sharpest sword in the adventurer's arsenal, but it seems that Gadget have had another crack at the stab-it genre. This time round it's much better. The game features a scantily clad warrior girl named Ayumi.
That can be pretty intimidating, huh?
And she's been sucked into a mysterious island through a sphere.
That happens a lot.
And it's filled with treasure too. But there are also many dangers. What begins as a hunt for shiny gold quickly turns into trying to find a way to escape this chaotic, magic-filled Deathland.
I don't know where this ship came from, but we'll repair it, load it with supplies and peace out of this place.
Gameplay mainly consists of various fights with different creatures and hellish chaos demon bad guys. The game makes a fine job of keeping the combat different. Many of the enemies are easy to beat, but if approached with the wrong strategy, any fiend can kill you quickly. Take these spiders for instance. They will keep spawning more spiders through eggs, so you have to make the eggs a priority before you kill the other spiders, otherwise you'll be overwhelmed in moments. Certain enemies have shields that are impenetrable from the front, and here's where things get interesting and where the game gets its name.
you have a power that can rewind time, and that creates a duplicate of yourself that performs the last moves that you did. So, when in combat, you can fire off a few rounds from your rifle, rewind time, then get behind the enemy and stab him up, whilst your double keeps him busy. It's a great mechanic, but I must admit it took me a while to get my head around it all. Time travel turns out to be confusing.
Try telling that to Marty McFly.
Actually, he'd agree with me, wouldn't he? Seeing as he almost wiped himself out when he went back to 1955 and stopped his parents from meeting, he'd totally agree with me that time travel is confusing, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah. Great film, though.
Totally. Great film. This time travel element of the game is made even more confusing as you can create indefinite time paradoxes with many doubles all fighting at the same time. That said, this is extremely handy for enemies that have magical shields, as a hail of rapid fire bullets from many doubles can penetrate the shield and allow you to finish them off. This mechanic has many uses in the game, including various switch puzzles and challenges.
I am the spirit of the dragon. Thank you for setting me free. I'm deeply indebted to you.
At certain points in some of the levels you can get caught in this chaos spirit paradox that slows you down. Whilst in it, chaos demons can get to you and inflict a lot of damage, so you have to cast a spell that creates a bubble around you. This bubble allows you to deal with the chaos demons as they cannot penetrate the magic barrier. Beware though, it doesn't last forever. Through fighting all these nasties, you earn experience orbs that you can present at this mysterious shrine. This guy explains that he has a gift and seems friendly enough, so naturally you would trust a talking statue on an island filled with death around every corner, wouldn't you, Dan?
It just feels right.
Of course it does. This shrine will take the orbs that you've earned and grant you a new power to upgrade your blonde bombshell sword wielder with, and there's some cool magic to be had. These powers range from fireballs, electric magic, earthquakes and super double-hard strikes that will shake the bones of even the toughest monsters. After acquiring each new combo, you are taken to a small arena where you can practice your newfound powers.
What's going on? Where am I?
This is your first trial.
There's a great shooting mechanic in here too. The addition of guns really adds to the hack and slash style and beefs the game up somewhat. There's different types as well, including this saw you off at the knees machine gun. Ammo for these is unlimited, but they all have different weaknesses. The rifle is slow to fire, and when you fire the machine gun, you are frozen to the spot. On your journey, you meet other characters along the way too, and the Dungeon Master guy pops up from time to time to assist you or give you hints. It is unclear from the beginning what his intentions are, but Ayumi has no choice but to go along with it. Overall, Blades of Time is not the AAA title we were hoping for, but it has some very imaginative gameplay at its core that few games today seem to grasp. In fact, we like it enough here at GameTank that we would love you all to try it. So here's a chance. You can win your very own copy for the Xbox 360 for the PAL region. And all you have to do is answer this simple question. All we want to know is, what is the name of the lead character? Is it A, Amy, B, Ilara, or C, Ayumi? Just email your answer to competition@GameTank.tv and we'll pick a winner in the next few days. If you're watching after midday on Friday the 18th of May, then you're too late. But if this looks like your bag, track down the game and play it anyway. It's a great romp through some challenging bosses with magical skills, swords and guns aplenty. Plus a beautiful female lead named... you thought I was going to say Ayumi then, didn't you? Well, I did... forget I said that. Bang!
Unbelievable.
It's as if I went back in time and then stopped.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, I just flipped the switch. Could have done that hours ago.
No.
Oh.
I thought I could hear a cat.